This video will teach you to research federal legislative history. What is federal legislative history? Generally, this encompasses documents generated by Congress which address issues of legislative intent or the definition of terms. Examples of this include bills, committee reports, debate, or testimony before Congress. Some sources we'll look at today for federal legislative history include Congress.gov, ProQuest Congressional, Hein Online, and Westlawnext. First, let's look at Congress.gov. This is the official government website of Congress, and it contains current and recent legislation from the current session of Congress and several years prior to that. If we wanted to search current legislation for bills related to ethanol, we could do a keyword search here. And if you do a keyword search for ethanol, you get a list of 15 bills from the current Congress. And if we click on the bill number to open up the first result, we can find more information regarding this bill, including major actions. A summary of the bill will be posted eventually. It sometimes takes a while for new legislation to have a summary posted. You can find the full text of the bill, any amendments to the bill. So sometimes this is a good way to find legislative history materials for something that's pending or fairly recent. Another database that's very useful for legislative history materials is ProQuest Congressional. This is available through the Cleveland Marshall College of Law Library. It's very good for finding older materials that may not be available on Congress.gov. So if we look at the advanced search feature listed on the left, you can see that there are different ways to search, such as by bill number, by public law number, by U.S. code citation. So if you know something about what you're looking for, like a public law number, you can search by that. So if we're looking for example, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and we already know the public law number for that, we can just put in 101 PL 336 and run that search. And that will give us a list of legislative history materials related to the ADA. And if we click on one of these entries, we will get this report from the Committee on Labor and Human Resources regarding the ADA. Another good source for legislative history materials is Hein Online, which has a U.S. federal legislative history library. You can browse this library by publication title, public law number, or popular name, as you can see at the top. So if we wanted to find out information about the Americans with Disabilities Act, again, we could go into the popular name list, and we would find the ADA listed here. And there are several compiled legislative histories available. So if we click on the first one to open that, we will get a list of PDF documents that are included in this volume. And if we open up one of those PDFs, we will get this report, which is the same report that we found on ProQuest Congressional. Another good source for legislative history materials is Westlawnext. Westlawnext has a GAO Federal Legislative History collection, which you can see on the top right of this page. So if we wanted to search that for the Americans with Disabilities Act, we could use the advanced search feature to search by the name of the act. And if we do that, we get a list of results, and the first result is actually the compiled legislative history of the ADA. And so if we open up some of these individual PDFs, we will get an excerpt from the congressional record with remarks from a particular congressman about the ADA. Another feature that's useful on Westlawnext is the database of political transcripts. So if you're looking for a transcript of a particular congressional hearing or a speech by a congressman, sometimes this is a very good place to look for it. Thank you very much, and if you have questions, please contact the library.